How you doing? How you doing, everybody? This is Gus Tucker at Financial Freedom Fridays. Do you guys know it's July of 2022? We're in the second half of the year, and I look at July 1st kind of as New Year's number two. New Year's number two. So it's now time to sit back and take a look at your goals. I encourage you to do it on a more regular basis, but for July, sit back, take a look at your goals, and ask yourself, where am I against my financial goals where I had planned to be. Okay, and take a step back, kind of review them, and say, okay, what do I need to do from here to either speed things up because I'm doing good, I'm on track, I'm making the kind of headway I decided to, or I need to change some things. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to review a couple of things today. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and let's get to it. Okay, so hi Joyce, how you doing? Good afternoon. So financial independence, and it's the state of having sufficient personal wealth to live without having to work actively for basic necessities. I was talking with a friend of mine the other day, and he was talking about how he's about to, you know, I was talking to several friends this last week. Uh, One young lady in particular, um, who's about to kind of stop actively working because she's built a business and has income coming in from some investments, and she's going to pursue some other things that she wants to do um, that are important to her, but she doesn't have to do it for money. And that's what we want to see for financial independence, where you've got income coming in from either investments, real estate, um, online business, some other avenue, and you are able to live off that income. And we're going to be developing some more intense information for you, uh, potentially through some courses that we may offer around entrepreneurship, around some more intensive financial concepts to kind of give you more uh, options options for your life. Somebody's asking about a 403b. And so here's what I always say to people: um, prescription without diagnosis is malpractice. A prescription without diagnosis is malpractice. So when I get asked, what about this or that or the other thing, the next thing I always say is, it depends. Let's talk about it in more detail and understand exactly what it is you're trying to do. Okay? So don't want to dodge your question, but that's the reality of it. So we were talking about this financial literacy quiz, okay? And some people have taken it, but I like to see more people take it. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna take it on the screen right now, as we used to say, right now. We're gonna take it on the screen. So that's the link if you want to go do it, but we're gonna do it right now. So get a piece of paper. It's only 5 questions, right? So I want you to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a piece of paper, your cell phone, whatever you got, and we're gonna take this quiz. Okay. So I'm gonna give y'all like 10 seconds to get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So somebody put in Facebook, hey, I'm ready. Just one person. Let me know you're ready. You hear me? You're ready. Just type it in and say, hey, I'm ready. Let me hear from one person, then we'll go ahead and get going. Just one person that types in, hey, I'm ready. We ready. And then we'll get started with the quiz. I want to make sure that you guys have something to write with and you can take down. Okay, Latasha says, I'm ready. Let's go. So here we go. Um, First, get this book, How Money Works, okay? All right. We ready, or as my friend said, she ready. Um, get this book, How Money Works by Steve Siebold, okay? and Tom Matthews. It's a great book. And a lot of the information we run through comes out of here. These 7 money milestones are what we've been walking through. We're going to continue to walk through. And the milestones are: 1, financial education. You should have a financial professional that you're working with on a regular basis. Somebody who's a financial coach, financial planner. People go by different names, but somebody's going to help you make strategic decisions in the areas we're talking about. I would also encourage you to have a tax strategist, not a tax preparer, but a tax strategist who can help you plan for your taxes going forward. Not just prepare them, but plan how to pay the least legal tax possible. Then number 2, you're going to look at proper protection. The quickest way to build multi-generational wealth is through life insurance. What? Yes. Why? Because it's a guaranteed payout if you set it up right. And so proper protection is life insurance, health insurance, and disability. And then got some new concepts on health insurance for anybody who is looking to do that and wants to save anywhere from 30 to 50% a month on their premiums. Let me know. If you're under 65, let me know. Okay. Also, emergency fund, having money set aside for emergencies, then debt management, managing your cash flow, building wealth, and then protecting your wealth. So those are the 7 money milestones that we need to have plans and checkpoints for as we're building our plans. Okay. And that's what we went through. We're going to circle back and we're going to go back through it again to allow you to make sure we got your plan in place. Okay. So here we go. The Financial Literacy Challenge. Are you ready? You got your pens ready to go. It's 5 questions. It's 5 questions. So here's question number 1. Question number 1 is, can you guys read that okay? If you owed someone $500 plus interest, which would be the higher number to pay back? $510 or $500 with 5% annual interest? So you pay them 5% annual interest. Which one will be higher? Let me get some answers in the message before I tell you what it is. We're going to go through all 5, and then I'll come back. Then we'll circle back and we'll tell you what they are. So write that down. Do you think it's A or do you think it's B? How many people think it's A or B? So let me see a few people what you think the right answer is. Would it be, if you owed someone $500 plus interest, which would be higher to pay back? $510 or $500 plus 5%? So do we have any takers? Do we have any takers on that? Is it A or B? If you could put it in Facebook, put it in the message, or put it in the comment section. I'm sorry, the comment section. Love to hear from you, okay? Before I want to skip to the next one, I want you to get behind. I want you to have a chance to answer the question. So let me know you answered it. Even if you don't want to give me the answer, let me know you did answer it, okay? Like say, got it, did it, done, something. So I can move on. Boom, 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 boom. Ready? You ready? Okay. I'm gonna go to the next one. Question number 2. Inflation. Boy, y'all aren't hearing anything about inflation here, are you? Okay, I got one person said B. Okay, thank you, Latasha. So inflation, we haven't had any of that. They're talking about inflation's at 9% right now. Pretty amazing, huh? If both your income and the prices of groceries, gas, and other products you buy were to double over the next 20 years, how much will you be able to purchase? If both your income and the prices of groceries, gas, and other products you buy were to double over the next 20 years, how much will you be able to purchase? More than you can buy now, less than you can buy now, or the same as you can buy now? Which one would it be? If your income and the cost of these things were to double in the next 20 years, how much could you buy? It's the answer A, B, or C. So let me know when you got that answer. Then we move on to the third question. Okay, you ready to move on? Let me know. I'll give you a few more seconds, and then I'm going to move on to question number 3. Question number 3. Question number 3 is about compound interest. You have $1,000 in a savings account, okay? $1,000 in a savings account, earning 1% annually, so 1% a year. What would your balance be after 10 years? If you never took any money out of the account, you never withdrew any money out of the account, you just let it stay in, and it kept getting 1% for 10 years. Would you have more than $1,100? Would you have exactly $1,100? Or would you have less than $1,100? So, compound interest. I'll give you a second. You can fill that out, answer that question. Questions make you think a little bit, huh? And these are core concepts that you use when it comes to making financial decisions. Okay? That's number 3. All right. So let's go to number 4. The impact of losses. Boy, there's no losses going on in the stock market right now. No one's losing any money, are they? Many portfolios are down 30, 40% in the last 90 to 120 days. So here's the question. Suppose you lose 50% of your $10,000 investment. This is talking about percentage return. How much return would you need to get back to $10,000? Would it be a gain of 50%? Would it be a gain of 75%? Or is it a gain of 100%? You got to double your money. Which one is it? A, B, or C? A gain of 50%, a gain of 75%, or a gain of 100%? So give me an idea. Write that number down. Write that letter down. Let me know what you think it is, okay? It's number 4. It's number 4. So I'm going to give you a few more seconds. Then we're going to move on to question number 5. Then we're going to go back and I'm going to tell you the answers. Then I want to know how many you got right. Okay? So here we go. Question number 5. This is about diversifying your risk. Generally speaking, is it more secure to put your money into one place or to put your money into more than one place? One is more secure for you? So you can deal with some risk in the marketplace. Okay? I'm gonna let you get that one. Everybody got that one? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to question number 1. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B because 5% of 500 is $25. And 525 is more than 510. Okay, so I know Latasha, you got that right. Anybody else get that one right? You want to tell me? You want to put your name out there with the right answer? Come on now, get your recognition. You got it right. Yeah, you bad. Slide. Next question. Inflation. Your income doubles, the cost of things double in 20 years. Can you buy more or less than the same? I'm interested what you guys said on this. Somebody want to share their answer before I tell what it is? Somebody want to share their answer? No, y'all shy? Okay. Going once, going twice, three times. The answer, the question number 2 is the same. Because they both double over the same time period, you have the same buying power. You have the same buying power. Okay? Number 3, compound interest. If you have 1% in this account over 10 years, how much would it be? Okay? And so 100%, $1,000 at 1% over 10 years. So what is it? Well, I will tell you the correct answer is A, more than $1,100. It's like $1,104 and some change. Okay, so the correct answer to number 3 was A. So let's go to the next one. Number 4, the impact of losses. You lose 50% of your investment. What's your gain that you have to get back to zero? What's the gain? The gain is C, 100%. Because you lost 50%, you actually have to double your amount of money. Okay, and that's going on in the marketplace a lot. And we're going to talk about a strategy real briefly to deal with that. And then the last question was around risk. Generally speaking, one place or more than one place. The answer is B. B, more than one place. More than one place. So what I want to know is how many you got right. Okay? Did you get 5 right? 5 out of 5 smarty pants? Did you get 4 out of 5? Did you get 3 out of 5? How many did you get right? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay? So as we keep going, let me know. Add up your scores. Let me know what you got, okay? Now, our goal is in working with each other is to develop goals that will uh, cause you to have habits that drive high financial standards. Malcolm X once said, what you don't hate, you will tolerate. What you don't hate, you will tolerate. So I talked a little bit about last time about Popeye. You know, that's an old school cartoon. And Popeye would take stuff off of people up to a point, and then he would say, "That's all I can stand, and I can't stand no more." He'd eat some spinach, get super powerful, and just go berserk on folk. And and he would change his circumstances. So, question: what is it that you hate? You don't want to tolerate anymore, as it relates to your financial lifestyle. Okay, because what it's going to take to overcome that is not just managing the money stuff, but spiritual growth, mental growth, and emotional growth is going to happen right alongside making different money decisions, because those are the things that actually allow us to make different decisions. It's how we see ourselves and how we see the world around us, how we see our ability to impact the world around us. Do you have power? Do you have power? And where does your power come from to make changes in your life? So the things to turn things around financially are really pretty straightforward. The key is to make things automatic where you don't have to think about them. The only thing you have to think about is, do I want to increase the automatic withdrawal? I was talking to a client this week that said, hey, they're putting away money for their kids to go to college, and they upped the numbers, right? And then they added a grandkid, and now they're paying money in for them. So, but they've done it automatically. Make your decisions automatic. The money you give away, set it up in an ACH bank account, automatic. The money you save, make it automatic. The money you invest, make it automatic. The money you're using to reduce debt, make it automatic. The only thing not to make automatic is spending money. Don't, don't make that automatic. Put that on pause. Put that on stop. Do not pass go, right? But if we do all these other things first, as first priority when you get paid, it doesn't matter what you spend as long as you're not hitting a credit card, because you're only going to be able to spend what's left. Okay, does that make sense? And at the same time that you're setting up those automatic opportunities, at the same time you're changing how you think about money, how you think about yourself, how you think about your environment. You're attacking false belief systems about money, and you're going to execute the principles and concepts that you've been exposed to, and you're going to meditate on and think about and grasp that you are built with a purpose, and your purpose is to succeed. God didn't put anybody here on earth that couldn't take care of themselves, or if they did have some sort of catastrophic thing happen to them, there are ways to help those people as well. And that's why we need to see ourselves as a community that's working together to create financial independence. You don't have to do this by yourself, okay? You don't have to do this by yourself. Say what you want till you see what you say. I had this thought this morning as I'm involved in a prayer group early on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday early. And the thought came to my mind. Um, and I don't know what your spiritual background is, but thought came to my mind is I have to apply the truth of God's word until my circumstances comply with the truth of God's word. So here's what I want you to understand. What you see around you isn't real. That's not reality. Reality is what God says is reality. So you have to take his word and what he says about a situation and meditate on that, and base your actions on that. And then your circumstances will start standing in line behind the word. Okay? So, how many of you guys have your budgets done? We haven't called you on it recently, but you completed your zero-based budget. Yeah, the one you're supposed to do in January. Now it's January 2. It's called July. We had the first January. Now this is the second January, July. Do you have that budget fixed? I encouraged you to use Truebill. Truebill's been good for me. Helped me last month save some more money on some subscriptions I canceled and some things that were wrongly charged to our account. Okay? Because you can only be in one of three financial situations. If your cash flow is greater than your expenses, way greater than your expenses, then you're managing surplus, right? You're managing surplus towards your financial future. If your cash flow equals expenses, that's exactly what it does. There's no overflow. Now, what we got to do there is managing our spending and making sure what we're spending on the right stuff. Scenario number 3 is your cash flow is lower than your expenses. What do we do there? Well, we've got to do two things. We've got to increase our income, and we've got to decrease our expenses at the same time. Okay? Now, as this says, these are tips, not advice. So you'd have to meet with us. We'd really have to understand your situation before we could actually give you some recommended strategies that you might undertake. Okay? So we talked about setting goals. Have you written them down? Seriously? Have you written them down? So I encourage you to write down, what do you really want in the next 6 to 12 months? Which should be here before you know it. You remember January, right? Now it's July. Next January, be here like that. What is it you really want to accomplish? By when? How much is it going to cost? And when you think about how much it's going to cost, can you pay for it with the margin that's in your budget? Do you need to make more money? Do you need to change your spending? The point is, what's your strategy going to be to make those goals a reality? So when you put goals on paper and you put them on paper, it's going to force your actions to be different to make those goals happen. That makes sense? So one of the reasons why people don't want to set goals, they don't want to change. Oh my goodness. Well, guess what? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And cool, if your life is exactly where you want it to be, awesome. Man, you're to be applauded. But if it's not, you're going to have to get inconvenienced to make your goals happen. Because one of my mentors, he's worth over $100 million. One of my mentors says, everything that you want is on the other side of I don't want to. Everything you want is on the other side of I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. You couldn't catch me doing that. Well, guess what? Probably not going to get your goals because inconvenience is the road of success is on the road of inconvenience. The destination called success is on the road of inconvenience. The destination called success is on the road called inconvenience. Let me ask you a question. You guys know basketball. You heard of Steph Curry, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. Do you think they got that good conveniently? There's no convenience with shooting 1,000 shots or running to get in that kind of shape or lifting weights the way Michael Jordan did so that the Detroit Pistons couldn't keep beating them up all the time. Man, everything you want on the other side of I don't want to and inconvenience, getting out your comfort zone, okay? And setting these goals and attaching emotional reasons why. The reasons why I want to hit my financial goals is I don't want to disappoint my kids. How many of you guys got kids? Mine are in their 30s, but there are things I want to do for them and grandkids, what I get them, it's important. So what are the reasons that you want these goals to happen? Seriously. Then the rule of 72 says if you have an interest rate and you double and you divide it into 72, it tells you how fast your money needs to double. Okay, and most people, they need to get higher rates of return or save a lot more money. Very rarely is somebody just easing right in through retirement because they started out at 18 years old and they did it perfectly right their whole life and now everything's cool. No, for most people it didn't happen. So we need to sit down and go through this together. Okay? Investment concepts. Okay, guys, I know if you're invested in the stock market, your portfolio is down anywhere from 20 to 40%. There are instruments that are available that can play offense and defense. And many of my clients that aren't in the market, some are in the market, they want it to be, that's okay. They're just going to wait for them to come back. But if you're tired of that and you don't think it's going to come back anytime soon, you need the money, then you need something that's going to provide you some downside protection and some upside growth. On here are the different things that you can invest in. So this car represents the kind of investment vehicles. Somebody earlier mentioned the 403B, and they need to make changes to it. Well, it depends on the engine that's in the 403B and the rules on the plan. What kind of investments are inside, and then what other benefits do they have in the plan other than just the ability to invest? Because retirement plans are getting more sophisticated now where they've got other tools available inside the account. So we need to know what kind of account you have and what the benefits are. And those benefits are usually called riders. sometimes? What kind of riders are on the account that I should know about, that I can qualify for? So we don't have time to go through these today, but we're going to go back through these in more detail, these investment concepts. And the other thing, real quick, is taxes. We want to be in this tax never bucket, okay, where we're growing our money without it being taxed and taking it out without being taxed. And then we'll cover the seven spheres of wealth. We'll revisit that again next time we get together, because money is the lowest value form of wealth. Okay, if we do these other seven things, money's going to happen. It has to, because I believe God has set it up that way. That if you'll find out what your God-given purpose is, and you'll grow in these seven spheres of wealth, money will show up because you're operating according to His kingdom principles. Okay, so that's all we got for today. We're going to pick up here when we get back, and we're going to talk about how to protect yourself in the market. If anybody needs anything before then, hit me up on this phone. It goes to a voicemail. I'll call you back. And you got the email, financialfreedomfridays@gmail.com. Financialfreedomfridays@gmail.com. And let's chat. Now, anybody get 5 out of 5 on the quiz? Come on now. If you got 5 out of 5, let me know. Let me know. Come on now. Somebody, 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 somebody get 5 out of 5. What's your name? Come on. Come on. We're about to go off the air. Let me know. Or send us a message if you miss us, send us a message that you got 5 out of 5. Or let us know if you got 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, whatever your score was, okay? Let me know, okay? All right, guys. You take care. Bye-bye.